Hello viewers, yes, it's Peter Elgar back again for another video. I don't think I've shown you this one, but I have been absent for a long time because I've been in hospital. Don't get bowel cancer because it's terrible. I was in 3 weeks, and 2 weeks of that I had no food. Mind you, I've lost 2 stone in weight off 4.5 kilograms, but don't get bowel cancer. Anyway, I'm a bit better now, so I thought I'd show you something which I bought and I'm certain I've never shown you, which is a bit cool. Now, I've always wanted to be a cool dude, but being British, I don't know whether I'm a cool dude or not, but this is a cool outfit called a Yongnuo wireless flash trigger outfit, and that is for use with your flash units, studio or portable flash units. And I got it off Amazon and it was about 27 quid. Now what it does is it enables you to fire flashes without having loads and loads of wires trailing around everywhere. Here's a wire from my studio. It's quite long, and when I used to do a lot of studio work in schools, not studio, but flash photography in school with my big Bowens unit, which I shall show you. Kids used to trip over that. But if you get a wireless flash trigger, it doesn't happen. Now, how do you know which one to get? Well, this one is, let me look at the number, a CTR-301P. Now, I searched for one which was suitable because I wanted one which had a little attachment for studio flashes, and that will plug into my Bowens unit. That's it here, that plugs in. I'll show you in a minute. There's various ones. You have to do research on whether it's which camera you're going to use it on. They usually work with most makes. It works with digital as well as film cameras. Now it comes in with a complete instruction book, which is in Japanese and luckily in English, because I didn't do Japanese at school. I only did French and Latin. And you get a transmitter, which is this little thing here, and that goes on the top of your camera, and a receiver with a hot shoe attachment here, which goes on to a flash. And inside you've got to have batteries. Now, one of the batteries went, but luckily from the small battery company of United Kingdom I managed to get a replacement. This is the little 23A 12 volt battery which goes in the transmitter bit, and this is a CR2, quite a well-known battery used in cameras, which goes into the receiver bit. So you need 2 types of batteries, and it comes with that one, but it doesn't come with a CR2. You've got to buy that. But this one, it didn't last more than about 2 years. I had to get a replacement. So when you check your batteries are good, how do you work it? Well, if you want to fire a remote flash like that, you slide your flash into the receiver part, into the hot shoe here, like that. Now, everything's only plastic, polycarbonate, so be a bit gentle with it, because it's not metal connections. Then on the side, you've got a choice of off, and L for light, and W for which is wireless. So I've used it with both. The wireless one, you press it towards W for wireless, like that. Now that should be, I won't put your flash on, of course. Switch on the flash, let it warm up. Then take the camera. Here is an Olympus OM1 that I was donated. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough now. You slide in the transmitter into the hot shoe of a camera. It has to have a hot shoe. No use you in a very old camera which doesn't have a hot shoe, it won't work. Now that is hopefully on. Set your flash synchronizing, which I put on 30th on this. Oh, it's always an idea to wind it on. There's no film in it. Now, let's see what happens. Or I could use the delayed action, couldn't I? See if we can get the Olympus delayed action to work here. I'm not going to fire it into the camera and blind you all. But set the delayed action, which I don't remember how to use an Olympus one. Well, it's going, it's going. The shutter didn't go. Oh, never mind, just press the ordinary release, see if it goes. Oh, it went. You see the flash go? And it's not connected to the camera. That's magic, isn't it? Luckily, I've only got the flash on 1/16th power. It's magic. You can rewind it on again. It saves having your wires. No, I'm not going to point it at the camera. Here. Press the tip. Point the flash. Now you can point the flash down. You can have it angled to me to light my wonderful British face here. Oh my God, fellas, right in my eyes. Anyway, look, it's not connected. There's no wires. That's magic. Now, what happens if you don't want to use the wireless? You can use another flash, which we could put into the hot shutter camera, or if you have a flash that pops up, then you switch the receiver to L. It means you're using a light to fire it off. So we switch that off from wireless to L, and then make certain we're wound on. Yeah, well wound on. Now I'm going to use a little flash on the camera here, and here's the flash receiver, and it's marked L because I'm going to use light to trigger it. So it's like a slave unit now. Yes, that seemed to go. I think it did anyway. Because there's the receiver there for the flash. I think it all went. Try once more. And there's no wires connected. And now using this as a slave cell. Oh, let's see if we can show it. It was working alright when I tested it before. There. Now what happens if you've got a big studio flash? Now I've got my, switch off the small flash here, I've got my Bowens unit here, which is a good old British unit made in the 1970s, and it's now they're all discontinued, they're all updated now. Slide that off. I've got to remember how to do this. Oh yes, I'll bring over the Bowens unit, massive great big thing. Now I've got to bring this down a bit now. This is the back of the Bowens unit. Now what we do, we push in to a synchronizing socket where it marks sync, the part from the Yongnuo flash trigger, and we now put into the receiver. Well, I've taken it off. I can't find it. Oh my God. Where will I put the receiver? The transmitter. Would you believe? I've lost the receiver bit now. Excuse me, folks. While we have a look. Oh, it's on. Dropped it on the floor. It's always a good place to look on the floor. There's a little port here, 3mm coaxial, and you plug this little jack into the 3mm. Oops, and it went. Now that is now connected to the Bowens unit. So when we fire the camera with the transmitter, which we'll put on again, hopefully we'll put it onto wireless again for the studio so you don't trip over wires. Yes, on W for wireless, and the flash is charged up. I now point this at the receiver and hopefully the Bowens flash will flash. Yes, it did. I'm not going to point it at the lens of my son's video camera because it won't do it any good. But you can see I'm not cheating. There's no wires connecting the two. Oh, it didn't go that time. Never mind. It does usually go. There's always a test button on the top here. You can press a little test button. Here, and that went with the test button. I have used it and it saves miles and miles of cables like that to be plugged into your flashes. So I thought that was quite a good buy. I'll turn off my Bowens unit so we don't blind anybody. And that is me Yongnuo wireless flash trigger, told to you in my inimitable style. So hope you've enjoyed it, and if you want to play around with one, you do a bit of research to get the right model. Okay folks, well that's all for now. I can't think of any more. I've shown you everything I can on the Yongnuo flash trigger. So cheerio for now and keep smiling.